What's up, everybody? Welcome in to another edition of the Hoops Hour. It is Friday, February 15th, 2019. I am your host, the big man on campus. And I got an announcement, folks, a pretty big one. Before anybody contacts me, before anybody sends me a DM, I want all of you to join me. So we got a lot of people waiting. So I'm going to get to it here in just a second. But I urge you to obviously understand it's not going to be much different. But I need you to all understand that I got to do what I got to do. So we'll wait for a couple of people to join here. And we will get into a little bit of the card. I've been very busy today. I didn't have much on this card to begin with. I'm not big into these games tonight, and we have a big Friday card coming, or Saturday card coming. So I'm very excited. Let's welcome in some of the great people here: James, Isaac, Salty Dog, Robbie, Sackdown, Alex, Brian, Jake, Robbie, Russ, Gina, Mike, all you guys. Thanks for joining us. First, a comment off the top. Betting resource. Not sure where you're getting your info. I did a challenge with a friend of mine from SBR. It was just for fun. That's now over. I'm not interested in any challenges with anyone. We were just doing it between him and I. I'm not sure where you're getting your info, but that would not be correct. Okay, guys, let's get into this announcement. I don't want to sugarcoat it any longer. As of today, there's been a lot of announcements in Big Men's world. All of them have been exciting, and I'm happy with them. It means that I'm growing, and that's good. As of today, I am no longer with Right Wager. I'm moving off the site. I am now going to go on my own. And I know it's sudden. I know it's kind of in the middle of things. But I urge you, all the current subscribers and customers, you all receive plays via email going forward from me. I have every single person and their email address written down. And starting tomorrow, you're all going to receive picks via email. If you have any questions, I want you to email me at bmocsports@gmail.com. bmocsports@gmail.com. That's going to be the email you can reach us at if you have any questions. Going forward, it's only going to be me. I'm going to be on my own. Donnie Rightside is my friend. So is Ian Cameron. They're both family to me. I'm just looking to kind of be on my own. That's all. I wish them nothing but the best. And I have no ill will about anybody. I want to urge them that you'll still see me with them. You'll still see me doing stuff with them once in a while. But for me, I'm just going to go on my own. So the new announcement basically is, as of right now, I'm no longer with rightwager.com. I'm just going to be to the rest of the basketball season on my own. If you have service with me, you will all be continued. I'll get at you when your service ends. We can talk about you continuing to come with me. But as of now, everybody's good to go. If you want to deal with me, you can contact me directly at that email address, and we can get you on with us as well. So that's that. So that's the announcement. And if you have any questions, please email me at bmocsports@gmail.com. bmocsports@gmail.com. The prices will not be staying the same. In fact, the prices will be dropping. And that's something that I can chat with you about if you decide to continue with me. Everyone that has picks, nothing will change. You all will get your picks till the end of your service. As far as back and forth, I'm on my own now. So you can contact me directly, and we can chat about whatever you want. If you're no longer a customer, then you're no longer a customer. That's up to you. So there you go. There we go. So email me, bmocsports@gmail.com, or DM me on Twitter with any questions. So that's that. Am I going to be hiring anyone? No, I'm not going to be hiring anyone. I'm not going to be going into business anymore with anybody. I'm very happy with just being on my own. And that has nothing to do with Donnie or those guys. Donnie's a great friend. He's a family, part of my family almost. I just feel that for right now, I'd like to be on my own. That's all. And I wish Donnie his full success, and Ian as well. But I have to do what I have to do. So that's going to be what we're doing. Yeah. So that's that. You can reach me again, bmocsports@gmail.com if you have any questions. As far as going forward after basketball, we'll speak about that. I do cap baseball, and I will obviously be involved with the NFL next year and all sorts of other things. So this is my life, and I gotta take control of it. So I appreciate all the kind words and well wishes. I hope all of you will continue. What will change? There's going to be a few things that are going to change. One of them is we will go back to sending picks through email, which is easy. You can get them directly. I'll still go on Twitter and say when I sent the play, but that means you're going to have to make sure you have your emails turned on and you get those. Also, we'll add some other fun stuff as well. And yeah, it'll be fun. Yes, I will still do Twitter notifications. Sure. I feel though that the email is easy though as well. And again, if you've signed up for Donnie and I's picks together, you'll still get his picks the way he does it. But it's basically going to be the same. It's just I'm going to be on my own, and I'm going to be sending them differently. But I spent the last hour before the show getting every single person that has signed up with us. It took me about an hour, but I have every single person here. I have when their service ends, and you will all be added to my email list tonight. So you should expect an email tomorrow about 10 o'clock in the morning with tomorrow's picks, and that's how we'll do picks going forward. What else do we have here? Thank you, Russ. Thank you, Frank. Weird that I would make the move in season. Well, it's really not up to you. I do what I have to do. It really doesn't matter when I make the move. It's not going to change. Nothing changes. I'm not sure what that matters. Thank you, Troy. Appreciate it. Thank you, Mike. All right, guys, let's move on. Last night had a show. We had it during the day because we had some plans at night, which was a very nice night. I was happy. Last night, I believe I went 2-2 on my picks. Gave out Murray State and also gave out Illinois. The two other picks was South Dakota State. They blow a 13-point lead and lose outright. Utah Valley getting 9.5, lose by 10. So could have been 4-0, but ended up being 2-2. So what are you going to do? Also, some other programming notes. I did a soccer show. You can find any of that on the channel. Did that earlier. And also, we'll have the College Troop Show tomorrow at 10 per usual. What I'm going to do right now is I'm going to place Utah Valley. I don't believe covered. I think they lost by 9 or lost by 10. Did they cover? Really? I got marked a loss. Wait a second. Utah Valley covered? Oh, shit. I thought they lost. I got marked a loss. Got to get in touch with my boy. What the hell? Wait, they lost by 7? Holy shit! I got to get my motherfucking money. What the hell? I saw it was 84-74 on ESPN. What the hell? So we won. I went 3-1 yesterday. And none of you told me. None of you said I went 3-1. What the hell? Why didn't none of you tell me that? What the hell? No, I swear to Christ, I was looking at it. It had 84-74. Yeah, there's going to be a bit of a dispute on my book because that got marked a loss for me. What I did, guys, I put the email in the chat box there. If anyone has any questions on the new stuff going forward, you can email me at that website, and I'll answer any questions. So I'm going to have to go and get some money back because that fucking book marked out a loss. I don't know what the hell happened. So there we go. I went 3-1. It's, you know what? None of you fuckers said anything about it. None of you said, "Hey, good job, big man, on your 3-1 yesterday." Thanks, guys. But we turned the page. How about that? That's always great. I always love hearing that. It's like finding money in your pocket you didn't know you had. That's pretty crazy. All right, so that's good. The news just keep getting better here. My Periscope was great last night. Yeah, I was not too busy with my gal. She left about 9:30. In fact, I was on. Yeah, Northeastern sucked. That was a rough one. That was actually my premium selection last night. Northeastern premium, and I lost with kind of getting beat up with that. I got beat up with that injury to Pusika. Pusika plays, we win. But all right, guys, let's turn the page a little bit, go over a couple of these games here. I'm not going to be on long. I'm only going to be on until about 5:30 here. Tomorrow, we'll obviously have a big show full of picks. I don't have any premium selections tonight, nor do I like anything on this card, but we could try to find some info here. St. Joe's Davidson. Joes have been playing better, haven't they? We had them last week on the show, free play. They got the job done against St. Louis, but now it's a different story. Now they're heading on the road to take on probably the best team in this conference outside of ECU. But Davidson's laying a big number here. This is a number that I'm never interested in laying with Davidson just due to the fact that can they really win by 12, 13 points? It's a lot of points to lay with Davidson, but you look at St. Joe's. I mean, playing pretty decent. They do a lot of things that good basketball teams do. It's not really translating, though, to winning games. They are off a 25-point loss to St. Bonaventure. And I think we really kind of find that, without it, there's just games where this team's just kind of overpowered. If they don't shoot the ball well, which they did the other night, they're not going to win a lot of games. And you're playing a team tonight in Davidson that is very good defensively, very good anyway you look at it. And you look at the first time these two teams played, they actually beat Davidson. It was a close game. I actually had Davidson in that game first half. They ended up covering the first half but didn't win the game, so I ended up cashing. I think Davidson gets some retribution tonight. I'm never huge into Davidson laying this kind of number. And in fact, I think if you have the ability, if you could try to find a 10, obviously that's helpful. You can find a 10 at 5 Dimes, GT Bets, and Pinnacle. That's obviously the key. And you have to wonder, you look at this number, 70% of the tickets, 51% of the money is actually on Davidson, and the line has come down 1.5. Definitely weird. Wouldn't go against maybe taking a first half here. You're getting maybe -5. I think Davidson will come out a little pissed off. They're at home. I could definitely see them coming out kind of like a chicken with their head cut off. Now, in the first game, that's what they did. I think they were up 5 or 6 at half. Then they ended up getting beaten up in the second half and lost the game outright. So, yeah, I think this is a pretty solid play. And they obviously have some retribution and revenge. But we got about 300 people in here. We'll get back to the picks in just a second. But the big news, obviously, is I'm no longer with Right Wager. I've decided to go on my own, kind of just get back to being on my own. And going forward, everybody that has picks will continue to receive them the way that they have. I have everybody's email and date that they're up. So you'll all be getting those picks. If you have any questions, you can reach out to me, bmocsports@gmail.com. I'll be happy to answer any questions that you might have. But everyone will receive picks tomorrow the same way you've been receiving them. You just receive them in email form. So, if you have any issues, you can find me BMOC picks or BMOC sports at gmail.com. And that's going to be something I'm going to post in the box here. Thank you, Oliver. Appreciate that. Aaron Sate. Everything was great, man. It was a great night. Always enjoy being around my girl. She's a perfect person, and she gave me some nice gifts and a great card, and everything was very nice. Thank you, guys. Appreciate all the emails. If you have questions, feel free. Friday cards always stink. Yes, they definitely do. Yale, Columbia. Obviously, Yale is always an interesting team to take a look at. I think they're the best team in this conference, and I don't think it's close. I think this group will go to the tournament. Just think they're that good. They've one loss since December 8th. I mean, they're just killing it. They're off a couple nice wins against Princeton and Penn. Beat up both those teams. Now you get a Columbia team in here that, look, frankly, isn't great. They're not a good defensive team, particularly from three. They can't defend the three at all. And this Yale team is, guys, not only is Yale really good on offense, but they are a downright stingy defensive team. A really stingy defensive team. I mean, they're 18th in the country in effective field goal percentage defense. I mean, they are terrific. You look at this. You look at this Columbia team. I mean, they've had some issues lately defensively. You look at the last two games, giving up 98 and 82, definitely siphoning points off right now. They have been a stingy team at times. Certain games they're hanging in. You look at stepping up in competition, though. They've actually done pretty well. I mean, they were close with Penn, went to 3 overtimes against Harvard, hung with Rutgers. I mean, this team's actually not too bad. I mean, they're hanging in games. You look at this number, another big move. You see it open 9. It's down to 7.5 or 8. 7.5 at one book. So it's dropped a full point, which is always weird. Columbia, obviously a sharp side here. Harvard, Princeton, always a good one in the Ivy League. Harvard is starting to get healthy. Seth Towns is back, and he's been very helpful. They're still without the other player. Seth Towns is still out. Bryce Aiken's been playing. Seth Towns still out, though. Bryce Aiken has been in. My apologies. I don't know. I think this is a coin flipping game. I mean, if you're going to give me 2 points with Harvard, I'd probably take them. I'm not a big Princeton guy this year. I think Harvard's a better team. And I think the game comes down to the wire. I think 2 points would be obviously effective here. You also look at Princeton. I mean, this team has really struggled to score. I mean, it's just that simple. They're a team with kind of a no identity right now. Kennedy was out with a suspension. Now he's back. They've just kind of been a weird team. Had a tough out-of-conference schedule. They've lost 2 in a row. Neither were that close. I think Harvard's the play here. I think they win. What else do we have here? Thank you, Jay. Appreciate it. Yes, I will do that, Brian. That's something I'll do. Maybe around 11 o'clock p.m., guys. I'll tell you what. That's what I will do. That's a great point by Brian, and something that'd be a good idea. I'm going to send an email about 11 o'clock p.m. What it will happen is when I send an email out, it will generally bounce back to emails that don't. It could get messy, but I'm here to figure it out. If I have to stay up late, I will. I know it's a big change. So I'll send an email out just as a test and kind of a welcome. So that'll work. Why the move? Just want to go on my own. That's all. I want to kind of be featured on my own and just kind of finish out the season on my own. I have some plans that I'm going to be getting into. I'm going to have more announcements coming about my future in the business of content and what I'm doing going forward. So I would just like to be on my own. That's all. Thanks, Shadow. Welcome in. Big game in the MAC. Yep, I will get into that in just a second. Jeff Tessier, how you doing, man? I haven't seen you in a while. I hope you're doing well. From here on, the first 5 minutes of the show will be dedicated to the day's major announcements. Yeah, there's been a couple lately. I'll get into that one, Gina, in just a second. Joe, thanks. Thoughts on Harvard going up? I don't have an opinion on the total. Yeah, Bryce Higgins a great player. How do we buy your plays now? If you guys are interested in getting on board, you can join the team. Just email me at bmocsports@gmail.com. As far as a website, I'm going to be working on trying to get something together over by the start of baseball season. So, again, things happen. And again, I want to make this very clear. Ian and Donnie are about as close to friends as I have in this business. And I will always value them as friends of mine. So this has got little to do with them. And I wish them the best as they go forward. Cornell, someone's asking about. I noticed. I don't have much opinion on that one. It's a coin flip game. It's two teams that can be real good offensively and real bad. I think it's a total coin flip. Troy, Georgia Southern. We know what Georgia Southern likes to do. Very up tempo, love to score. Very good that way with Tukey Brown and others. Troy, though, without Jordan Varnado, they're not the same team. Okay, again, like I told you guys the other night, if Varnado plays, I expect them to score. If Varnado doesn't play, I don't expect them to score. You look at the other night, Varnado doesn't play, they score 63 against Georgia State. If Varnado doesn't play, they don't play. He's got a concussion right now. Who knows when he's going to come back? They seem to me, without Varnado, to be a bit of a fade team. So you look at the line, Georgia Southern's a 10-point favorite for a reason. Buffalo, Toledo. This line is firing up. A lot of the public like Buffalo here. You look at, I think you have Sharps and the public both on Buffalo here. I think people are kind of looking at this game and saying maybe this is the game where, look, let's be honest, guys. I mean, Buffalo is the best team in this conference. Toledo, though, is the second best team in this conference. And I think a lot of people are interested in seeing if can Buffalo go in, really take care of business here, and show everybody they're the best team in this conference. Toledo's a pretty good group. In fact, they're really good. If you're giving me 4.5 points here, I'll take the home team getting 4.5. This team's won 5 in a row. They've won 8 of 9. They're playing great basketball. You look at the first time these two teams played. They lost to Buffalo guys by 30. They gave up 110 in that game. That was a statement game. You better believe that Jalen Sanford and Marion Jackson and Willie Jackson and Luke Napke and Nate Navigado and, their coach Todd Kowalczyk, they remember that game. Now they're at home, and they got a big game coming up here tonight. This game could really decide what goes on in the MAC going forward. And I'm going to tell you right now, this is the kind of game tonight where if you don't come to play in your Toledo, you don't deserve to win anything. And what it's going to do is absolutely kill your confidence. If you're Toledo, you must put in a good performance tonight. And I think it's up to, their season's kind of going to hang on it. This is the game of the night. This is going to be a terrific game to watch. Toledo 20-4, Buffalo 21-3. Toledo's 8-3 in a conference. Buffalo's 9-2 in a conference. What a game this is going to be. Terrific stuff. Really looking forward to it. You look at Toledo, 67 points a game they're giving up on defense. That's pretty good. That's really good in this conference, frankly. You look at Buffalo, the better offense. These two teams, both of them rebound at a high level. These are two of the better rebounding teams in the country. 41 a game for Toledo, 40.5 for Buffalo. So both these teams, it's going to be a fun one. I'm not usually a big MAC guy. I don't ever like betting on it a whole lot, but this is going to be a fun game. If I had to play it, I would take the 4.5. But it could be a great game to live bet on or just watch as a fan. This game's on ESPNU, 7 o'clock p.m. I'll be watching it. So it's a fun one. Glad to see you back, Jeff. Thanks for watching, man. Am I having a show tomorrow morning? Yes, I'm having a show tomorrow morning, 10 o'clock a.m., same as usual. Enjoyed you on Greg Peterson's podcast. Yes, in fact, that's one of the reasons I'm wrapping up here in about 2 minutes. I got to go record with Greg. My thoughts on the Davidson game, already talked about that one. Lean Davidson here, maybe a first half. Thanks to all you guys for watching. It's so appreciated. And I urge all of you, make sure you join me tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. It's going to be a big man bonanza. Plenty of games, plenty of picks. You need to be with me tomorrow morning when we go over the card. We'll have some fun along the way. Before I go, guys, I want to just make one more point. Again, if you missed the beginning of the show, I am moving on from White Wager. As of today, I'm no longer with them. I've decided to go on my own. And all of you that are current subs with me, you will continue to be subs with me. You'll receive an email tonight kind of welcoming you to my new email account. And going forward, you'll get info on when your sub's up. You can continue or not continue at that point. If you wish to join me, you can email me, bmocsports@gmail.com. We'll get you on board. We can go forward. That's the last time I'm going to talk about this. I'm not a promo kind of guy. Look, you guys know where to find me if you want to join me. I've never promoted myself. I'm not that kind of handicapper. Do I want to charge for picks? I think I deserve it. Am I going to be one of these people that's in your face? No, I don't. I'm not that kind of guy. So if you want to join me, you know where to find me, bmocsports@gmail.com. And I will see all of you tomorrow. I got to go do Greg Peterson's podcast. I wish all of you luck tonight. Should be a fun night of basketball, even though we don't have plenty of picks. 3-1 last night on the free picks here. We'll look to bounce back. We got a big day tomorrow at my new subscriber picks. We've been doing very well on Saturdays. Hope that continues. Thanks for joining me. We'll see you all tomorrow, 10 o'clock in the morning. Don't miss it here on the Big Men on Campus Hoops Hour. Have a great night. Bye-bye.